The man who's number one is James Buckley, brother of columnist William F. He is a lawyer and businessman, wealthy and cultivated. This was the second time he had run for the Senate as the candidate of the Conservative Party of New York. He's a minority victor. His two liberal opponents got more than 60% of the vote between them. But Buckley insists conservatives are really in the majority now in New York.
It has been a genuine coalition of the people to reach out and take this great state and push it in a new direction and to telegraph across the country that the American people want a new course, they want a new politics, and I am the voice for that new politics.
President Nixon gave Buckley tacit endorsement. Spiro Agnew's help was more explicit.
I do believe that it served to emphasize the fact that I was the only candidate who was in basic sympathy with the objectives of the administration. And this underscored what I've been trying to say, so that I think it certainly gave me a push in that manner.
Came within a hair's breadth of winning. He feels that if Goodell had dropped out, as he almost did, that would have made the difference.
It's a lesson that the moderate and the independent and the progressive and the liberal elements in our society can no longer divide themselves.
I do believe that I have succumbed to tides that are running in this country that are wrong. But we can change those tides.
Buckley says he'll vote as a Republican. I asked him today who are his philosophical brothers in the Senate. Dominic of Colorado, he replied, and Tower of Texas. They are Richard Nixon's conservative messengers to Capitol Hill. Mike Wallace, CBS News, New York.
In contrast to New York, conservatism has been the recent political trend in California. In another hot Senate race, the nation's largest state chose a liberal Democrat, John Tunney, over conservative incumbent Republican George Murphy, 54% to 45%. Terry Drinkwater reports.
The biggest winner in California was Senator-elect John Tunney, liberal Democrat. His closest personal and political friend is Ted Kennedy. He beat Republican George Murphy despite all the administration's efforts to save his Senate seat for the GOP.
The president and the vice president and most members of the cabinet came out and tried to tell Californians how to vote. And I'll tell you something, Californians like to make up their own mind.
Senator Murphy was philosophical about his defeat, saying he would play golf for a few days with Bob Hope and then decide on a new career, probably not in Hollywood or in politics. His fellow conservative, Ronald Reagan, was one of the few Republican governors in the country to win decisively. For him, it was largely a personal victory. He was not sufficiently persuasive with California voters to help Murphy or to keep Republican control of the legislature of this most populous state. California will now be reapportioned by the Democrats. Reagan's toughness on student rioters and law and order was apparently what the majority of Californians liked. The manager of Jess Unruh's campaign said their man lost because he didn't have enough money to buy lots of television time. Reagan spent heavily in the media. The real surprise in California was Wilson Riles, who decisively defeated arch-conservative Max Rafferty for state superintendent of public instruction.
I believe in integrated schools and will do everything I can to advance that cause, but I will issue no mandates from Sacramento on the method by which you integrate.